The year is 64 AD. Rome is an inferno. Flames lick the sky, devouring ancient timbers, turning stone to ash. Emperor Nero, desperate to deflect blame from himself, points a finger at a tiny, obscure sect, the Christians. His response is brutal. Unimaginable cruelty. Executions become public spectacles, a horrifying theater of death, crucifixions, lions, human torches. But what if his terrifying purge actually succeeded ? What if, in that cauldron of fire and fear, Christianity was utterly extinguished? Erased. Gone from the pages of history forever? Imagine. No martyrs. No saints. No apostles venturing beyond Judea's borders. The fervent whispers of a new gospel, silenced before they could echo across the empire. The Roman Pantheon, instead of slowly fading, would have endured. Jupiter, Mars, Venus, not quaint myths, but vital, living deities still worshipped in grand temples, their altars smoking with sacrifice. Roman gods would have remained the spiritual bedrock of the empire, revered through centuries, their festivals vibrant, their oracles consulted, their priests powerful figures of state. This vibrant polytheism, perhaps absorbing other cults, would hold sway. This isn't just about preserving paganism, it's about reshaping the very soul of the Roman Empire. Without a growing monotheistic faith challenging its authority, without a new moral code gradually eroding traditional Roman values, the empire might never have fractured in the same way. The Constantinian shift, the Edict of Milan, the very idea of a Christian Rome, all unthinkable. Constantinople would rise, yes, but as a magnificent bastion of pagan splendor, its forums adorned with statues of gods and emperors, its scholars debating Stoicism, Epicureanism, and Neoplatonism, not theological dogma. The focus would remain on Roman law, engineering, and military might, perhaps leading to a prolonged, more unified imperial structure. Think about the consequences cascading through time. No papacy. No Holy Roman Empire. Europe would lack the central religious authority that defined its medieval period. No crusades carving bloody paths across the Middle East. The power struggles between emperors and popes, the schisms that tore Europe apart, the very concept of a universal Christendom, they simply vanish. Instead, a more unified, perhaps more secular, Roman legal and administrative framework might have persisted, adapting, evolving, incorporating local traditions without ceding spiritual dominance. What about science and philosophy? Unbound by strict religious doctrine, would Roman pragmatism and Greek rationalism have accelerated scientific inquiry? Perhaps. We might have seen an earlier Renaissance, a more direct lineage from ancient thought to modern discovery, unencumbered by centuries of scholastic debate focused on interpreting sacred texts. Logic and empiricism could have gained ground far sooner. Art, music, literature, they would have remained infused with classical grandeur, celebrating heroic myths, human achievement, the intricate beauty of the natural world, and the glory of the state, rather than focusing on biblical narratives or the lives of saints. Imagine the Colosseum standing not as a ruin, but still hosting grand gladiatorial games, sponsored by a thriving imperial cult. Even the very concept of Western civilization would be fundamentally different. The unique blend of Roman law, Greek philosophy, and Judeo-Christian ethics that defines our world would be missing a cornerstone. Morality might be shaped by the virtues of the Republic, by philosophical schools emphasizing civic duty, honor, reason, and a strong sense of justice. Compassion and charity, while present in various forms through Roman public works and private patronage, might not have taken the systemic, widespread institutionalized form that Christian teachings inspired in hospitals and welfare systems. This isn't just a historical curiosity. It's a terrifying thought. Or perhaps, an inspiring one. A world where the cross never became a symbol, where the Roman eagle continued to dominate the spiritual as well as the political landscape for centuries longer. Every moment in history is a pivot point, a fragile balance of choices and chance. The survival of Christianity, against all odds, was one such pivot. But what if it didn't survive? What kind of world would we live in today? How would our laws, our art, our very understanding of right and wrong, of destiny and purpose, be profoundly different? It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other pivotal moments in history could have completely rewritten our reality, And what seemingly small changes held the fate of civilizations in their balance? If these alternate paths intrigue you as much as they do us, make sure to join our legion of curious minds. Hit that subscribe button and embark on more journeys through history's greatest what ifs. And tell us in the comments, what do you think would be the single biggest change in a world where Nero successfully wiped out Christianity?